I used to think love was measured by how much effort you gave. How many cakes you baked, how many decorations you hung, how many times you smiled even when your heart ached. For 10 years, I was the invisible daughter. The one who organized, arranged, remembered, and yet, was never remembered. Every year, my sister Ava's birthday was a grand affair. Balloons, catered food, live music, even a chocolate fountain one year. Who planned it all? Me. The forgotten middle child with the steady hands and the quiet smile. I was the one stringing fairy lights while everyone toasted to her beautiful soul. And my birthday? Silence. Not even a text. Sometimes my mom would remember 2 days later and say, "Oh honey, we'll do something this weekend," and then forget again. The first few years hurt. The next few numbed me. But this year, I decided it was time they remembered. It began in January, 11 months before my next birthday. I started writing notes. Not love letters, not diary entries, plans. Precise, detailed, surgical plans. I kept them in a leather notebook labeled Ava's 26th. That was my cover. Everyone trusted me with her parties, after all. But this time, I wasn't planning hers. I was planning mine. I began with small things. Observing patterns. Mom loved white wine, Dad, bourbon. Ava, rose. My brother, Luke, beer. I noted everything, how they laughed, when they drank too much, who they trusted. Every family is a map, and mine had clear pressure points. The tension started to build in May. Ava got a promotion at her marketing job and threw a celebration brunch. I wasn't invited. Mom said, "It's just for her coworkers, sweetie, don't take it personally." I nodded, smiled, and delivered the custom cake she had ordered through me. They didn't even know I baked it. By July, I was done being quiet. I started changing things, little things, so they'd unravel later. I convinced Ava to let me handle her birthday entirely this year. "It'll be special," I told her. "Different. You'll never forget it." She beamed, hugging me tight. "God, Everly, I don't know what I'd do without you." "Oh, Ava. You'll find out." The night before her party, I stayed up until 4 a.m. decorating the rented hall. Everything was perfect: gold drapes, crystal glasses, the scent of roses and vanilla filling the air. I placed her gifts neatly on a white table. Mine was among them, a small silver box tied with a blood-red ribbon. At noon, the guests began arriving. Family, friends, colleagues. Everyone was glowing, laughing, alive. The music pulsed through the hall as Ava entered, radiant in her white dress. The crowd erupted in cheers. And I watched. I watched her bask in the attention, her glass raised high, her laughter echoing off the chandeliers. Then, when the time came for speeches, I stepped forward. Ava smiled, expecting another one of my sweet little toasts. But I wasn't sweet anymore. "Before we start," I said, my voice steady, calm, "I want to thank everyone for coming. It means so much that you're here, because this isn't just Ava's birthday." The room quieted. Confusion rippled through the crowd. "It's also mine." Ava laughed awkwardly. "What do you mean?" I looked right at her. "You were born on October 14th. I was born on October 15th. The day after yours. For 10 years, our family celebrated you, and forgot me." Gasps. Whispers. My father shifted uncomfortably. My mother's smile faltered. Ava tried to laugh it off. "Ev, don't make it weird, okay? This is my..." "No," I cut her off. "This is our day. And tonight, everyone's going to remember that." I turned to the silver box. Lifted it carefully. "This," I said, "is my gift to you." Inside was a photo. A family photo. One I had altered. My face was gone, literally cut out. The edges jagged. Beneath it, I had written, "This is how you've always seen me." The crowd went silent. Then my mother stood up. "Everly, enough. You're embarrassing yourself." "Am I?" I smiled, a bitter curve of lips. "Because you never seemed embarrassed when you forgot me. When you celebrated my sister year after year and left me with nothing." Ava's voice cracked. "You could have said something." "I did. I said it every time I baked your cake. Every time I hung your decorations. Every time I smiled while dying inside." The tension was thick. People started leaving. Ava's perfect party was crumbling, and I hadn't even started the real plan yet. When most of the guests were gone, only my family remained. I poured wine for everyone, pretending to make peace. They accepted, because of course they did. I'd been the reliable one, the harmless one. But I had replaced the wine. Just a little tweak. Nothing deadly, just enough to burn. Capsaicin extract. The kind chefs wear gloves to handle. I mixed it into the bottles days before. They lifted their glasses. Toasted. Drank. The coughing began almost instantly. Red faces. Water. Gasping. "What the hell is this?" my father shouted. "Spicy," I said softly, watching them panic. "It burns, doesn't it? That's what being forgotten feels like." Ava dropped her glass, eyes wide. "You're insane." I stepped closer, my voice trembling with the calm rage I'd buried for years. "You made me invisible. But not anymore." I turned, picked up a candle from the table, and dropped it on the floor. The alcohol from the spilled drinks caught instantly, flames licking upward, small but hungry. They screamed. "Everly. What are you doing?" "Making sure you never forget me again." I walked to the door, leaving them behind the rising smoke. I didn't want to kill them, just terrify them. Make them feel helpless, small. Like I had. But fire doesn't listen. It devours. By the time the sprinklers kicked in and the alarms blared, I was outside, drenched in rain, watching chaos bloom through the windows. I saw them stumbling out, coughing, sobbing, eyes wide with fear. They lived. But something inside them changed that night. They started calling me. Every week. Birthdays, holidays, random days. My mother sent me letters. My father tried therapy. Ava begged me to forgive her. And for a while, I almost did. Until I found out she told everyone I had a breakdown. That she painted herself as the victim, again. So I sent her one final gift. A framed photo. The same family picture, this time with everyone's faces cut out except mine. Beneath it, I wrote, "Happy birthday, Ava. Don't forget who made you remember." She moved cities a month later. As for me? I still bake. I still smile. But when the calendar flips to October, I light a single candle in the dark. I whisper my own name. And I remember the night I stopped being invisible. Because some families only see you when you make them bleed. And I made sure they'll never forget me again.